So what's up, everybody? We're back at it again. I'm with my boy Daryl. We're about to go to war. We're gonna go to war. It's no holds bars. I know this is not WWE. I don't know what's gonna happen. I actually do. I kind of do. I can see the future. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is opinion based. I know there's gonna be fans hating on us. They're gonna be hating on Daryl because Daryl he knows too much or he knows too little. The same thing's gonna happen with me. I know too much or I don't know enough. So it's probably more of the latter. I don't know enough. But I'm gonna try to represent DC.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I don't know that much about DC, so yeah, I represent Marvel, so
I know.
That's all I really know because I don't really follow DC that much. So you might be like pulling out something out of DC. I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I know. That's why I told you do Marvel based because I'm gonna be honest and start off. Right, I'm gonna say Marvel. I used to like when Marvel started with their movies on Twitter. I was following them. I made a Twitter Marvel fanboy or something like that on Twitter. I don't think it exists anymore. Who knows? It might still be there.
Still be out there, like your MySpace.
Yeah. Yes. Don't expose me. No, but I'm sure it's there. Like, and I know, and I'm gonna tell you what poster it had. It was my first poster of that one right there, the Marvel poster.
Oh,
right there.
The Marvel one, yeah.
Yeah. That used to be my biggest poster, and then I got the DC one, the Justice League one.
Oh wow,
that one was the biggest. But yeah, like that there in that my profile picture was the Marvel, and I was just like this, trying to act all cool with the Marvel logo in the back. And that I was definitely a bandwagon of Marvel when they came out with their stuff. And I give you that, like I did, but I'm like DC is my home, you know. My podcast is Darth Bat guy, you know, but it's the Darth Bat pod, you know, but it's my favorite character, you know. And don't think I forgot, you know, the picture.
I remember doing that.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna represent. So if you guys want art, custom art, just talk to Daryl because Daryl knows what he's doing. He knows how to do that stuff. He's really creative. Look at that. That's awesome. I'm not gonna auction that, so don't at me. Yeah. So so we're here to debate of DC versus Marvel. Are we toxic or not? I don't know. We might be. I don't know. Daryl's definitely toxic
because like the universe is big enough for both of them, but fans always want to see them or always want people to pick one over the other, which is it's like the earth is big enough for all DC, Marvel and other stuff, but fans they just want to know, they just want one and only one. So it's just like that you got to pick and choose. So it's kind of crazy, but
I'm glad you said that because I agree. I think it is big enough for both worlds because I have a debate for it at the end just to like talk about. It's not DC and Marvel. It's about Star Wars and Star Trek. I think if they can exist, then Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like I compare it to that because they're both space odysseys. There's space operas to a certain degree. So that's how I compare it. I like Star Trek. I actually like the newer stuff more than the old stuff. But still, that's a bandwagon fan of Star Trek. But I do appreciate Star Trek because of what they try to explore other things that Star Wars never explored. Star Wars came out around they came out about the same time, right? I might be wrong. I don't know. I feel like they did. Like the series came out.
Well, I think Star Trek came out was inspired by Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah, it probably was.
Because I know no. The original Captain Kirk and stuff like that came out like in the 60s, 70s? I don't even know.
I'm gonna say 70s. I'm gonna say like around the 70s. So it might have came out right before Star Wars became a thing, but Star Wars was just movies. There was no shows. Star Trek had the shows dominated, and we're gonna get into this, but with DC and Marvel. When they get dominated, you saw what I wrote.
Gotcha.
No, you know where I'm going for. But
sure.
So right off the top, hold up. Give me a second. My internet. That's weird. My internet's cutting off. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Is it cutting off on you?
You kind of froze though. No, not cutting off. You froze for a second, but you're good now.
Okay. Cool. Hopefully that. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening because that would suck. Because you're in my side, it seems like you're cutting off, but it keeps telling me my internet. It's my internet, so I'm starting to think it's my internet. Hold up. It is mine because it says it's full. It's
Should
good.
be. I'm using my iPad, so I don't know. Is my iPad just like?
No, I think it's mine because mine keeps saying internet unstable. Yeah, I think it's mine, but that's weird because it says it's full and usually it goes down. Anyways, we're gonna do this to the best of our abilities. What's it called? Okay,
Okay.
so I just want to start off the bat. You can batter up. Who's the best superhero ever? Hands down. Like either side.
Ever?
Who's the strongest? Who's the strong? Let me rephrase that. Who's the
Who's
strongest
the strongest? Okay.
out of all of them? I already sent you my
Well,
opinion.
I mean, okay. Even though like I'm a big Marvel fan, and everybody knows that, because the way he was written, because he's pretty much just invincible. It's and everybody could agree that because like the way he was written and made, it was just like had all the powers, had like super speed, super strength. He could fly. He could do anything. You know what I mean? So it would be Superman in my
Okay.
opinion.
See, that is my opinion as well. And yes, I do have a DC bias, but that doesn't change the fact that I still think he's like I love Marvel too. I'm gonna say that right now too. I do love Marvel. I have the whole collection, so nobody can tell me that I'm not a fan. The only movie I don't have is Captain Marvel. That's the only one I don't actually have. I have it on my Voodoo.
Oh yeah, I
Right?
mean nobody has that. That's just like I have on Disney Plus. That was so
Right.
bad. Oh my god.
Okay,
That
see,
and
like
Iron Man 3 was the worst Marvel movies, MCU movies.
I think Dark World was the worst one, to be honest.
No, Dark World was
Yes.
good. I love Dark World.
Nah.
Dark World was good. No, but nothing was better than Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 and Captain Marvel just like
Okay.
it was bad.
See, the thing about Captain Marvel is that I didn't appreciate that the story, she didn't have a build up. She just super powered. And I was just like, how? Like, there's no story arc here.
She got blasted by that little thing, that little energy thing
Yeah,
that gave her powers, and it's just
but
like, what?
but even before she got the powers, she was already superhuman or whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't.
Yeah, and I don't like the way they make her so powerful because she was powerful in that movie, and then like in the end game when she appeared and she was like beating up Thanos. I'm like, who is girl? Like, all of a sudden she's like this all powerful, like super human or whatever she was, and I don't like that, man. She just feels so like just shoved down our throats. You know what I mean?
I believe that too. I think after seeing WandaVision, I think Wanda's the strongest. I think she is.
Wanda. Oh yeah, Wanda. Yeah, Wanda.
She's the strongest. I don't care. Hands down, she's the strongest. She's the only one who could ever change reality. Like she's the only one.
Yeah,
like,
she creates her own universe. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like in the comics, she wiped out mutants. Like no more mutants.
Exactly.
And
the House of M. Like
House
it's
of
crazy.
M.
Yeah, I was listening to a comic story and he was like telling the story of the House of M. It's insane. Like
it is.
It seemed like Magneto was about to kill her, and then they go ahead and do something else, and Magneto's like, "Well, I'm gonna protect my kids," and I was like, "What the heck? You just
of course." I mean, that's
crazy.
His daughter. You can't kill your own daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he made you think. He was like, "I'm gonna kill my daughter," and then Quicksilver's like, "You can't kill her. You don't know. You're supposed to be our dad or whatever." But I hope Magneto shows up. To be honest, out of all the X-Men, I'm waiting for Magneto or Wolverine. Those are the two that I'm waiting for.
Okay, so that's one thing that like I love WandaVision, the show WandaVision, but when the one thing that really pissed me off about it was like, and it pissed a lot of people off, was like when we saw the Evan Peters, the guy who played Quicksilver in the X-Men universe, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is so crossover! This is the crossover I've been waiting for." Everyone was super excited. Then it turned out to be some bum actor that they just like randomly. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the second time they played this with this multiverse, because remember in like Spider-Man Far From Home, they did the same thing with Mysterio. Oh, he's placed in a multiverse, and they're like, "Oh my god, we're all excited," and they're just like, "Dang, what the world?" So
I'm trying
Marvel
to hold. I know this is why I'm holding back, and I'm like, I feel like Marvel is gonna do it. they're gonna do it in the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. I think that's
Yeah, I
where
mean,
it.
yeah,
I think that's where it's gonna go crazy.
yeah,
That's why they're
because
just
this is,
they're just teasing the crap out of it to see how we will
I
react.
mean, yeah, it's just like they pissed a lot of people off, and
Yeah,
so my friend, I was just like, you gotta do with Doctor Strange because it's in the title, Multiverse of Madness. It's in the title.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, let's get into this debate because I think that's what the
All
people are
right,
here for. This is
right.
really what they're for. Excuse me, sorry. But like I said, like we could talk about anything. I love
Okay.
talking about like random things. We're gonna try to keep it to this. Let's
Sure,
see.
sure. Me too.
All right. So okay, I gave you this question. Marvel versus DC. Who really has the strongest characters? Like straight up, like what? Who do you really think has the strongest characters?
Marvel.
I'm sorry. Like I think if you have, I think it's quality versus quantity because Marvel has too much that do
But
so
they do have a
much.
lot of quantity. No, but like, okay, so I mean, they do, but they do have some very powerful like uh characters and
Yeah,
very powerful. That's not even like in the top 10 of like popularity. So it's like, I mean, even someone like the Silver Surfer, he could probably beat up Superman. Like Silver
how
Surfer
dare
versus
you?
Superman. I mean, who do you think will win? Silver Surfer or Superman?
I think Superman will win.
Oh no, I don't know, man.
I
Silver
think
Surfer
okay.
got some
I'll give you this
got some powers.
because of Superman's morals, he probably would lose because he doesn't want to kill nobody. Silver Surfer is gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him.
I
He's
mean, maybe. Yeah, he
no,
used
it's
to be
not
a
a
hero
maybe.
for
What the heck?
practice, so.
No, exactly. Like exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just like okay. Look, it might be true that, but that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like my argument is still there. I think DC has the stronger heroes because if you see the front line, those are like the strongest ones. Like you don't see cheap. I don't feel like you see cheap Avengers and stuff like that in there because you see Marvel. They have a lot of people who don't have powers, and you have to group them
But
together. I know
okay,
the
but like the
mutants.
thing,
I know the mutants. They're good,
yeah,
but you need multiple mutants to make one superpowered, human.
I don't know, like because because DC outside of Justice League, who do you got? Like you don't like who do
Dude,
you have
hold
really?
up. This is the thing. This is the thing. The Justice League. Look at that. The Justice
Yeah,
League.
that's what I'm
It's like
saying.
it's like the whole thing.
But the
They
Justice League is pretty much like the Avengers, right?
no,
Like
they're
it
not.
came,
Oh heck no. They are not
but
the same thing.
I'm saying
They're not.
comparison, like the
No.
Justice League is pretty much like the Avengers, but Marvel got like outside of the Avengers, they got like the X-Men, they got like Fantastic Four, they have like so many people from the cosmic universe, from
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ghost Rider,
But
Punisher, what I mean, all these other people
they
that's just
they
like,
they exactly they have categories of people. It's not a like if you get like a frontline group, like that's gonna be our next question, right? Who are you gonna put up
huh?
against who? Like Justice League is
Okay.
organized. The Justice League has like divisions. You have what you call it, X-Men, Avengers, they sometimes don't like each other. You
Yeah,
have
sure.
this versus that, and this if you have a civil war, no pun intended. If you have a civil war, that's never gonna work. The Justice League always has to come together. The Justice League is pretty much it's like Justice League is NWO and WCW. It's everybody.
It's pretty
Everybody.
much, yeah.
It's everybody in what's it called in what you call it in DC. Everybody just like WCW. Everybody is the Justice League. I like there are a lot of side characters that
Pretty
are
much.
anti-heroes and stuff like that. We got anti-heroes over here, but okay, like you guys have too much. I think you have too many
But
characters,
they're all about. We do have a lot of characters, and that's what's so good about it because they
and
have so
no,
many
but
different characters,
a lot of them
and
are the
like each one
same.
can hold their own. No, a lot of them can hold their own. Like you know what I mean? Okay, like because even like someone like a minus character like let's say Gambit from the X-Men, right? Because people even if he dropped his own comic, people will like love that and read that and be a big fan of his. While like somebody side character of DC, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of somebody. I can't think of anybody right now. Like
This is why this is perfect because you don't
see,
know.
yeah, like let's say Flash drop Kid Flash dropped his own comic. Nobody would even care. They was just like, what? Like,
What the
so
heck?
yeah,
Dude,
like,
Wally
nobody cares.
West, Wally
Nobody
West
cares about
become,
him.
bro. Wally West. Oh my God, dude, please help me. Please help me. Please look. Wally West became the Flash.
Yeah, but he's not. I mean, before he was a Flash, when he was just Kid Flash, I mean, nobody
Yeah,
really cared about him. You know what I mean? He's
yeah,
just he's just a sidekick of like the Flash.
yeah, but the thing is, what's it called? It's like, the Green Lanterns, they always have somebody who takes over the mantle and stuff like that. Even Batman, even though Bruce Wayne is too much of a brute to die, he always had other people who became Batman. But this is not a bat talk, so I understand that. I get it. All right. So
I'm saying like each character in the Marvel universe, they could hold their own. They could be like, they could be like, they could be a superhero, they could be whatever. So
okay, but I'm saying like let's get into this conversation right here. This is gonna prove. I think this is gonna prove my point, right? Who's the top 10 superheroes from Marvel in your opinion?
Okay, when you ask me that, like, do you mean top 10 like most powerful, or most popular, or what? Like, or
who's the top? Is the top? It's your opinion. It's the top. You could base it on your opinion.
Okay. 10. Number one, top 10. Number one, I'm gonna go with Spider-Man. Number two is Captain America. Okay. Number three is Hulk. Number four is Iron Man. Number five is Thor.
Okay.
Number six is Wolverine. Number 7 is Deadpool. Number 10 is Black Panther. Number 8 is Doctor Strange. And that was number 9 actually. Number 10 is Silver Surfer.
Okay. No. That's sorry. That's my opinion, right? That's my opinion. No. I could pick my top 10 for Marvel as well, but I'm gonna do my top 10 for DC. All right. Now this is based on your opinion. Now these people that I'm about to tell you, they can take on all of them individually, and they'll beat them all. This is why I said that they're strong. Hold up. Okay, this is an opinion. This is my opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now you're gonna listen.
Exactly why I picked these people.
No, if you pick them out of favorite, if you pick them because they're your favorite, that's on you.
No, I'm just saying, like, these are not. I mean, they're really powerful, but these are not like the top most powerful. These are like the trendsetters people I thought was the most popular of the Marvel comics that everybody knows that kind of transcended.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I get what you're saying. So, but the next question is definitely going to be that. It's definitely going to be that where you have to be a definitive. You saw what I put. I was like, who can face off. But I'm gonna give you my top 10 for DC, right? So I say Aquaman. I know a lot of people hate Aquaman because of the cartoon. I love.
He talks to fish. That's all he does. Like, come on,
now. Dude, that's insane. It's so cool. I think it's cool because he can get an army of fish, an army of anything in the sea, and he can take over. Like, who says he can't? Hold up. I mean, who says he can't bring that water over into land and just kill a lot of people? He can do tsunamis. He could do. It's true.
But still, like, you can only do so much with water. Like, you can't really like.
You say that, but how much? I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but how much of this of Earth is covered in water?
Yeah, that's true. You feel like tsunami and like kind of flood like the world, flood like the world, but like people could still find like heights and fly and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a way to survive. So it's not like.
But ice is water.
What up?
Ice is water.
Ice is water? No, it says in the sky. Live in the sky or something like that.
Man, we'll get some. He'll get some dolphins to eat him. He was just like poke him in the face.
Jump that
I don't know. You can make them jump that high.
And these fishes and creatures, they cannot live like outside of water. So it's just like.
All right. That's number 10, right? I'm going 10. I'm going down, right? 10.
Oh, you're going backwards. Okay.
Yeah. So number 9 is Zatanna. She's your Doctor Strange. I love Zatanna.
Wait, I don't know. Like, I'm not too familiar with her. I just seen like a lot of girls cosplay her as like a little magician with top hat. Yeah. I don't. anything about her
She
powers. I don't
she
know anything
pretends
about
to
it.
just be a regular magician, but she's really talented. Hold up, man. Can you wait,
Okay,
man? Can
okay,
you
I
wait?
got you, I
All right.
got you.
Number 8, Constantine. This is the legit. Like he's definitely stronger than Doctor Strange. I'm sorry.
No,
He
stop.
has to be.
No, no,
Oh my god. Why
no.
not?
Okay,
Why not? Why not? All right.
okay,
Let me
because
finish.
first of
Oh,
all,
okay. Okay. Go ahead. Go
okay,
ahead. Go ahead.
okay, okay,
Go
go
ahead. Go.
ahead.
No. No.
You
No.
want
No.
me
You
to
go.
take,
You
okay.
tell me.
Well, I'm not familiar with Constantine. Like, I'm like a lot of these characters, I'm not that familiar with. I'm just familiar with them like on a TV show, and like Constantine, like like from what the TV show, I figured like he could like enter like the hell dimension and like he could talk to spirits and stuff like that. But what else can he do?
Yeah, like he does magic. He does magic better than he's a better sorcerer than John
No,
Constantine.
he's not.
I mean John Constantine.
What?
What? I mean Doctor
Yeah,
Strange.
you're right. No. First of all, Doctor Strange is nicknamed the Sorcerer Supreme for a reason. Okay, he could open up portals. He could do all types of stuff. Like he could, he's just
Nah,
the most powerful sorcerer
I
in the
I
world,
I
pretty much.
I think Doctor Fate would be Doctor Strange. Doctor Fate because he does
I'm not
everything.
familiar with that. I don't know,
Doctor
man.
Doctor Fate is Doctor Strange. It is. It is a ripoff. It is. I'm not gonna lie. It is. Uh,
It
uh,
is.
number 7, Nightwing. I love Nightwing. He's an overall like he's one of my favorite lesser known or lesser pushed characters, underrated characters, I
Mhm.
guess. Number 6. Damn it. Hold up. I didn't finish writing number 6. Oh, number 6, Cyborg. What's up? I like Cyborg.
Yeah,
I like
he's
Cyborg.
all
I
right.
really do. I think he's good. Number 5, Green Arrow. I do have a bias to Green Arrow. I'll let you know why later. I love green. Green is my favorite color. That's why I love Yoda too. I love the Hulk. I love green
I
characters.
mean,
I
Green
just
Arrow, like from the show, I love Green
no,
Arrow
don't
from the TV show Arrow, but like
no. That
it's just
show.
like
I'm
I don't
sorry.
know, he's just like a
No,
Robin Hood. That's
that show did not do him justice. They made him too much like Bruce Wayne that it
yeah,
made
they
me
did, they did.
want to not watch that show because like it was cool, but he's not Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. I'm sorry.
No,
It was
no.
like they missed it big time right there. Number 4,
But did they
Green
have like the
Lantern.
same? Was it the same origin? Like his dad died like on the island.
No,
Is that the same origin?
no,
Okay.
they changed everything. They changed
Oh
everything.
dang. Okay.
Yeah. Number 4, Green Lantern, John Stewart, the black dude, African American,
Yeah.
properly tongue.
Okay. I know who Green Lantern is.
Number 3, Flash, Barry Allen. And I know you don't like Kid Flash, Wally West, but he does become the Flash. Number 2, Superman. I have to give it to Superman. He is good.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
And then number 1, you already know, it's Batman. Number 1 for me is Batman because he has a contingency plan for everything. I think he does. Like I think he could.
But he could easily be defeated, man. He has too many weaknesses.
Yeah, but he's always like 10 steps ahead. I think he's better than Iron Man if they go toe to toe with
No,
Iron
he's
Man.
not. Come
Yeah,
on now.
yeah,
Iron Man
I
with
do
all
think that.
his suits and all his like.
Nah,
Come on, man.
I think Batman will figure out how to disable his suit all completely because at the
I
end
mean,
of the day,
same thing with Iron Man though. Same thing with Iron Man. He could disable all his weapons and stuff. Like,
okay, but he knows hand to hand combat. Iron Man
okay,
doesn't.
that's true.
That's
But
what I'm
okay,
saying.
let's
Like,
see. Okay. He
yeah,
does. He does. He does. He does.
okay,
But like,
but
what's hand-to-hand
again,
combat trying to fight like a guy in an iron suit? You know what I mean? Like,
no, but again, this is my opinion. This is my top 10 for DC. A lot of people might hate my top 10. They were like, you should have picked this dude over this dude. They probably say the same with you. I do say Spider-Man is the more known character for Marvel, and he is like a top dog because I always loved Spider-Man when I was little. Like I think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was that's my favorite Spider-Man, to be honest. Like
the reason why I chose Spider-Man is because he's just all around like just the best hero, and like he's everywhere. Everybody knows him. Everybody on this earth know who Spider-Man is. You see them in like in the little bootleg costumes, like in China, whatever. Just the Japanese TV show. Like he's just everywhere. Like I see kids play around with like little Spider-Man toys and figures and stuff. So he's pretty much everywhere, man. So that's why I chose him number 1 because he's just. I mean, he's just everywhere, and everybody knows him, and he's like he's not perfect by any means. He's just a
Yeah.
kid that's just trying to trying to save the world. You know what I mean? Just and the reason too, because when his uncle died, he said, with great powers come great responsibility. So he's trying to do right. You know what I mean? And that's why I like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I gave you that because I think Spider-Man would have been in my top 5. I have one that would be. I'm gonna tell you who's my number one for me in Marvel is
Okay.
Wolverine. I have a
Wolverine. Yeah, Wolverine is good. Wolverine's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. His healing factor and his adamantium bones make him pretty much indestructible. So
Yeah.
that's why Wolverine, and he's a really good character. He's like an anti-hero,
Yeah.
and he's a really good hero. So
Yeah. So that's why I love Wolverine. I would say Hulk would be second for me because I just love that he was like trying to control his anger. It kind of brings it like to the human side of him not being able to control a part of him that he wants to control so badly. I don't know. In my opinion, I think Hulk, and then I'll put Spider-Man number 3. But Spider-Man, I think if it was like to defeat them, I think Spider-Man would beat the other two. I don't know. I just like he'll figure out a way to tie them down.
Spider-Man, I don't know, probably Hulk. Hulk will probably just smash everybody. And like in the comics, he ripped like Wolverine apart. You know what I mean? Like pretty much ripped them apart. He probably just smashed Spider-Man. Because he's so strong. Because if you try to pick somebody to go up against Superman, I would pick Hulk, man. Because Hulk could to go one-on-one with Superman with strength and their ability and stuff like that. So
yeah, but Superman can fly.
That's true, but Hulk is really high though. So
can I tell you that the Hulk is Doomsday to me? No, I'm just kidding.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Okay. So this is the question that I alluded to earlier. Who's the top 3 from Marvel that you would choose to fight my top 3 in DC? The top, like it could be the most powerful character, and that's on you.
Okay. The top 3, the most powerful. I would go with Phoenix. Phoenix, she's very powerful.
Yes.
I'll go with Hulk, and I'll go Wolverine.
Whoa, that's so hard.
Yeah,
that's really hard.
Yeah.
I would go with Superman, Dr. Fate, and Batman. That's just me. I think I'll put them against them. Like, that would be hard, dude. Like, I think Marvel would have.
That would be hard. Like, oh yeah, but like Wolverine would kill Batman. That's already.
This is true. I think Batman would figure out how to kill him.
Hulk could probably take out Superman. No.
Hold up. If you saw, you ever watch Bat in the Sun? They did Wolverine versus Batman.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Wolverine. Yeah.
Even though Wolverine would kill him, no, it was Batman.
What? No
tactics and everything. You can't exclude the tactics. Yes, of course that Wolverine can kill him, but Wolverine just has to he has to outsmart Batman. Batman will outsmart him any day.
I swear Wolverine won that one. I remember like Wolverine just killed him. Like,
I don't know, because they keep doing the back. They keep going back they switch it. They do alternate ending.
I remember it was Wolverine did end up killing Batman, but then like Wolverine lost to Wonder Woman, which I was like, Wonder Woman. Yeah,
I might be wrong. Who knows? I don't remember. I could have sworn he put.
I remember. That could be an alternate ending, but I remember vividly. It was Wolverine defeated Batman, and then Wonder Woman defeated Wolverine.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. It was just like the ending of Wonder Woman was like they're fighting in like a lava, like a volcano, and then like Wonder Woman just like pushes Wolverine into like the lava pit, and then Wolverine is burning and dying.
You don't think Batman can do
that? Yeah, but like, cause I remember like the Wolverine and the Batman fight. They're fighting, and then like it was getting close, and then Wolverine just popped his claws, and the Batman killed him. Like it was just like he just kill him with his claws. Like it was that quick. So
I'll
They
try
could
to
have
find a
another alternate ending.
I'll try to find a clip and see if you're right or am I wrong. I don't remember. I just would assume that Batman would win because of tactics. I think he could just
No,
outsmart
no,
Wolf.
no. No, no, like no. I mean, because I used to watch, the superhero beatdown. I watch them like religiously, so I know like a lot of them. So
Stop hating on me. I'm just kidding.
I'm
Okay,
not. I'm about to say.
okay. So why did these characters have a big impact on me? I'll go first with that one because like when I was a kid, I think Batman for some reason was my favorite. Batman was my favorite character overall. Like
Mhm.
I was attached to Batman. I was just like, oh, he's cool. Like nobody can beat him, and he's just human. Like I actually thought he was a vampire when I was a kid. So I really did because I thought he could turn into an actual bat. So I thought vampires were cool, and I thought that Batman, um, what's it called, is just like he's the night. He's darkness, and like he could just I just felt like he was my favorite character because like growing up I got to understand the character of Bruce Wayne and Batman and how Batman is the demon to Bruce Wayne's. Bruce Wayne is not an angel by any means, but
Mhm.
I just felt like Batman was the ultimate human. Like in real life, somebody could become a Batman, but it would take a lot of mental strength, willpower and all that. Like it will take a lot for a human to get to that level, but that's what makes him superhuman, that his
Sure.
willingness to fight. And Superman has been an icon for me. Like that, these are two that like the best that I think overall characters, and they had the most impact. I think because like when I was little, it was always Superman versus Batman. It always was like that. It wasn't Marvel versus DC. It was Superman versus Batman. It was always like
Mhm.
the boy in blue versus the Dark Knight. It was always that for me. And I would always argue with my brother or my cousin Ken. I want to bring my cousin onto this because my cousin's hilarious. And I want to
Yeah.
debate him about Batman versus Superman because I really want to talk about that one. But I know what he's gonna say because I know his bias to Superman. But I think that Superman, like if I read some of the stuff that Superman entitled people back in the day, because when they wrote that character, it was to bring hope during Nazi Germany, and Hitler
Mhm. Sure.
Hitler didn't he didn't want that. He didn't want that published and everything because his name was Kal-El, and the L name is tied to like Jewish traditions of like putting that name in the end of their of their name, like the first name and stuff like that. So like Kal-El was too, he didn't let that, like you couldn't yeah, you could publish it, but you couldn't like have that up there in Germany and whatnot. I read something about that, and like it was supposed to be like a sign of hope for like the people in oppression, not only like Jewish people or like that character just brought a lot of hope to a lot of people. I would have thought Batman would, but I guess the darker character kind of
Yeah.
like more
Right.
like it was too dark. So Superman was a great light because I just think he was hope. That's just based on what I've known and what I've grown up. Like that's been the impact in my life and around me. Like the Superman and Batman characters have impacted me the most. Like a Green Lantern because of the willpower. You have to not be scared. You have to like overcome fear to like make the ring work. I always loved that. That was cool. Like I understood that like in my teens. I started understanding who Green Lantern was, and I really loved Green Lantern for that. So go ahead
Cool.
and tell me your discussion of
All right.
Marvel.
All right. So no, like kind of go on for what you were saying. It's true, like in the 50s and the 50s, 60s. I don't know when they were created, but 40s, 50s, whatever. Like Batman, Superman was like the monarch. They were like the headstone. They were like every comic was inspired by them, and they were just icons. And like I read somewhere that the guy who created Superman wanted to make him like Jesus Christ, make him like a hope for
Yeah,
people and stuff like that. Just had all the powers and had all like the superpowers that you ever want, and like just hope in there and stuff like that. But all that happened before I was born. So I didn't really like been influenced by that. The growing up in the '90s, I wasn't really into comic. My earliest earliest remembrance was watching the '90s X-Men series,
Mm.
and like every Saturday morning when it comes on, like and so that was like my earliest memories of watching that. So like ever since I was a kid, I love the X-Men, and it just made a big impact on my life, because of X-Men and just being a kid and loving the X-Men. Like I would go to the comic book store and I would get the comics and I get all the X-Men comics, and and in Marvel everything's like everything's connected in one universe. So you
Mhm.
read an X-Men comic, you see Spider-Man pop up, and you see Captain America, you see like Iron Man, so then after that you just I went off to read like like Avengers and Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. But like the reason why I love X-Men so much is because if I remember correctly, they were really the first um diverse team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because like back when the X-Men first created, they were just created by Stan Lee. They were just the original X-Men, which is like Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Angel, and Iceman, and Professor X. But then like a writer named Chris Claremont came in, joined the team, and he introduced like Wolverine. He introduced Storm, like the first black like superhero, like female superhero. He introduced Colossus, who was from Russia, and like Banshee, who was like Scottish, and Sunfire, like an Asian Japanese mutant, and all these came together, and they're new X Men, and they were just so diverse and like just people of different races. So that's why I really like the X Men, because they're all just very diverse, and me being Asian, I can relate to that more. And just the idea of mutants, just because in the X Men comics, people hated mutants because because not only because they were mutants, because they were scared of them, and that kind of gives you like this whole theory that people are always scared of what's different. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever's different from you or whatever norm, they're scared of you. So because they're scared of you, they hate you. So anybody who ever been like who felt like that could look at the X Men and look at these comics and be like, oh, I can really relate to that. So that's why I love X Men so much. And so like you asked anything about like I love all the X Men universe is so big because they expanded so much, from like
Yeah.
X Men to X Force to X Factor to all them. So I could pretty much talk about X Men all day, but like and then like Spider Man, like I like Spider Man I love too, because Spider Man is just a kid who who uncle everyone knows the story about his uncle who got killed, and he had a chance to stop his uncle being killed but didn't, and then his last words his uncle told him was that with great powers come great responsibility. So so that just gives you like a moral to like kind of by just like even though you have these great powers, you got what you do with it, and so Spider-Man always try to help people and always trying to save lives, and he's just a guy, but like a kid from New York who was just like, but he had all these powers and like spider sense and shooting webs and web slinging and stuff like that. And that's another reason why I love Marvel so much, is because like all these heroes, like they have like so much. It's like the origin story. Like I'm not real familiar with DC, but like the Marvel origin story are really good. Like from where like Iron Man was like this rich playboy who was just like didn't really care about anybody, but then like
Mm.
something happened where he needed like the orange suit and he became a hero, and everyone knows the story of Captain America. He was like he was a scrawny guy, but like he wanted to be a hero, wanted to save people, but he was just didn't have the body for it. Then they injected him with the super soldier serum, and he became Captain America. And like what's that? And Thor, Thor was like, because he was born a god, he was very cocky. He was very like, he was very what's the word here? He was very egotistic. You know what I mean? But then like
Yeah.
Odin had to tell him like, yo, had to bring him down and like, yo, this is why you should be like, he sent him down to Earth to kind of experience how it is to be a human. So that's why I love the Marvel heroes so much.
Yeah.
You
No, but
know.
I love that. I love what you touched on with the X-Men, because yes, this is true. Because my sister's a huge X-Men fan too, and she talked about that how they showed
Sure.
diversity, and I'm like, yeah, like I can see that how they brought the diversity to the to the grander stage, you can say. Um
Excellent.
so like yeah,
Yeah.
like
To
I
the
think
yeah,
that
to the to the comic universe. Because like
yeah, I think
I don't remember like before Storm, was there any other like black female superheroes?
I don't think so, to be honest. Like I don't like I
Yeah.
I can't say like I know everything about
Yeah,
comics,
right.
but but like yeah, like I think even in like in DC, like we don't really have a lot of African American heroes that are like role models that you can say, Most of them are white,
hmm
Like I think,
Sure.
like John Stewart, he's my favorite Green Lantern. And he's African American, and I don't know, there was something about that that made me feel connected to the Justice League show. Like the little cartoon, that they used to have, the animated show.
hmm
Um
Sure.
the John Stewart, I was just like, yo, that's cool. That's why I really like that. I didn't like Hal Jordan. I hated that dude. I
Oh
appreciate him
yeah.
now. But I just felt like he
Nah.
he felt entitled, And in this day and age, entitlement could mean a bunch of things. But like
Yeah, right.
I just feel like John Stewart was my Green Lantern over Hal Jordan, even though they would kind of have the same abilities. I just think that John Stewart had more oppression to deal with over Hal Jordan. It just, for me, it makes him the stronger Green Lantern, even though again, like they have about the same powers.
Sure.
Yeah, but okay. Yeah, okay. So when it comes to comics, right? Like you said it right now, like you read comics, you look for that. I didn't really start out reading comics. I know when we go to like the flea market, my brother will buy this like bundle pack, and it had like different
Yeah.
characters, and there was, I know it's not Batman, but it looked like a Batman character. It wasn't Black Panther Black Panther either. It was just
Panther.
like I don't remember. He had like, it
I
looked like
thought it was just like that.
he had like white eye. He looked like Batman Beyond, but he wasn't Batman Beyond, because at that point I don't think
Okay.
Batman Beyond was around. But yeah, like I remember my brother buying these comics. There was like some X-Men one, there was
hmm
Superman one. I never saw a Batman one like with the collection that my brother would get. Like I'm collecting comic books now, but it's not because I want to read them. It's more like of a collection kind of thing. Like
Sure. Sure.
I ordered my Batman Eternal because it's off the new 52. Like DC's new 52 run was actually one of my favorites to listen to. I can't really say I actually bought the comics, but um, I just
Uh
like the
huh.
storyline that they, like the thing about DC is that they always restart,
You
like
always do, yeah.
yeah,
Because
and
like there was like, wasn't there like the new 52 before that was a rebirth or something like that? Was it
Rebirth is
rebirth or was
the
that Marvel?
Rebirth is afterwards. It came after the new 52, but they
Oh,
kept a
okay.
lot. They kept a lot of the same like storylines, but because it restarted, it was always a flashpoint paradox kind of thing, where
Oh
they would
yeah,
always it would always
Flashpoint.
have to it's always has to do with the multiverse and the Speed Force and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
and that's where John Constantine joins. Like he has the Dark Justice League, and that's why I think John Constantine is one of my favorite characters, because he can do all the sorcery stuff. He's like, you can say that, yes, I think he would lose against Doctor Strange, but I still think that Doctor Fate is like, he is a
Oh yeah,
ripoff
definitely.
version. But I think like Doctor Fate and Doctor Strange
I
can,
don't.
they can fight. I think they would do pretty well. Doctor Strange is a copycat. I don't know. I might be wrong. Again, see how much I know. But yeah, like I think
Yeah.
comics have changed, and I think when it comes to DC and Marvel, DC was just doing better when it comes to comic book sales. Because they had like characters that were like I don't know. It's like they could just redo Batman. They could redo the Justice League over and over again. And I think that they were doing better because I know at one point Marvel was trying to sell their company. That's why
Yeah,
they did the distribution
that's why they
rights.
sold it Disney. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then Sony and all that. But like,
and
yeah,
I
because
think yeah,
yeah,
like I think that
earlier
was
that
the hard
time,
time. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, that was a hard time where like it was just like Disney Marvel was just dead broke. I mean, and it was just like there was just a hard time like early 2000s. So they started sold the rights to Sony and
Yeah.
sold the rights to Fox, and then but Kevin Feige joined the team and became like he was like, oh yeah, and brought back Marvel, and then like
Yeah.
they sold it to Disney, and Disney
Yeah.
just now Disney trying to buy it all back. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's cool because now it has an order, but like this is gonna allude to something else later. But I think that it has to happen because I think DC's biggest problem was that they keep rebooting Batman. And
Yeah,
that's
the
the
key.
only
Yeah,
that was the only franchise. And even though I don't like all the Batman still withstood the what's it called, the things of time, the thing, I don't know what it's something like that,
Test of Time.
yeah, there you go. The
The
test of
Test of
time.
Time.
Yeah. So like, and Superman couldn't. And Superman couldn't. I know they try to continue the Christopher Reeve version of Superman with Brandon Routh, and it didn't really work because he wasn't the same character, wasn't the same actor. He was more
Hmm.
monotone. If like everybody says that Henry Cavill was too serious, I think Brandon Routh's character was worse. I think he was more
Yeah.
not emotional. Like he didn't show enough expressions, and I think Henry Cavill's was just scratching the surface. Like we'll get into the Justice League stuff later, but like we'll get into
Okay.
the live action stuff later. But yeah, like
Okay.
I think that's what happened, that DC just banked on one thing, and they were doing so good because of that. Like if you think about it, out of all their sales, Batman was the thing that sold the most. Wherever
Oh yeah,
Batman
yeah. Of
was
course, yeah. Batman.
if he was featured on something, he was like Eminem. Oh, it's gonna be good if Eminem's on it.
Yeah.
That's how it was. And like I
I
think
mean,
like
because
yeah.
yeah, like I was just gonna say, like Batman. Like growing up in the '90s, like Marvel. I mean, not just Marvel, but any type of comic book movie flunked. It sucked. Like all the ones they try to come out with Captain America movies and like all these other ones that just really really sucked. But like the ones that only made like a good profit was like those Batman movies. Like the Batman with the Michael Keaton and like the Batman Returns and Batman Forever and and all that. So Batman has always been like probably the best entity for DC Comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and the TV shows like the cartoon, the animated series, and all that. So
I might this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think DC would have sang that they didn't have Batman because it's just something. It's I don't know. That's what I believe.
oh
Like
yeah, it probably would.
I
It probably would. You know what I
I
mean?
don't
Just
think
like
like they definitely wouldn't have touched the movies. They wouldn't have touched the movies if they wouldn't, like they did Superman, and then they just kept going, and they were trying to elongate something that didn't work anymore. After like Superman 2, it wasn't the same.
no, it
Until
wasn't. It
when Tim
wasn't.
Burton came out with his Batman, it introduced the Joker, introduced, like
Yeah,
a grittier version of Batman. And and if you think about it, Tim Burton took that gothic level of Batman to a higher level. That's what gave us like the animated series, because the animated series came out after,
yeah, yeah.
so I
Because
think
if you
that
remember, like
yeah.
because like even like the Batman series that came out like in the '80s or '70s with like the live action Batman series that was like
Oh,
very
the
cartoony.
that was 1960s.
Yeah,
It's
the
crazy.
'60s. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Adam
It's
West.
very cartoony. Yeah, Adam West is very cartoony.
Yeah.
Like very like oh holy smokes Batman. Robin always said that.
But
So
that's how it was in the
uh,
comics too. That was exactly how
yeah,
it was in the
yeah.
comics.
So it wasn't until like I guess Tim Burton, like you were saying, that just Batman became a darker tone, like they did the dark Joker, and like everything just became dark, you know what I mean? So which I think really saved it, because like I mean a lot of people just got bored with that, like the
That Yeah, I agree, because I do think that's what kept DC afloat, was Batman franchise just kept them afloat. And
Sure.
Marvel, like I know Marvel kept trying to do something. They kept, even in the early 2000s, like the best thing that Marvel had wasn't really Marvel owned, it was Sony owned. You know, the what's it called?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man was like, they did Blade like 1999.
Oh yeah,
the
Blade. Yeah, Blade is
the
a
first two
class.
the first two Blades were really good. The third one, can I tell you why I love Ryan Reynolds? Is right, like, I mean, this is what made me love Ryan Reynolds, just his cockiness. And to see that into Deadpool, that made me appreciate the character so much more. Because in my head, I'm like, that was Deadpool. I don't care what nobody says. That was Deadpool in Blade, the Blade Trinity movie. That was Deadpool. He's basically the same dude. Like I love him as Deadpool. He's one of my favorite characters in Marvel. But what's it called? But yeah, like,
He does such a good job. Now you can't even imagine Deadpool as being somebody else.
yeah,
And like now, also like now, like when you hear like Ryan Reynolds or see him in other movies, on that I think of Deadpool. That was
yeah.
like that Pikachu movie that came out a few years ago. It was like you
Oh,
hear
Detective Pikachu.
director Pikachu, whatever.
Detective
Yeah,
Pikachu. Yeah.
Detective Pikachu. Yeah. So you just hear the voice and you're like, wait, that Deadpool? Like, because he does such a good job. It's like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine. You know what I mean? It's like, they're going to recast the Wolverine, but it's just like Hugh Jackman will always be Wolverine. You know?
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I think once it comes out of the comic books, it starts to change. The story changes a lot because the animated movies, for me, DC is killing it. I haven't watched their new stuff
Oh yeah.
where they basically rebooted it again. They did Flashpoint Paradox, kind of. They kind of did the Paradox thing again. I don't hate it because I like that they keep retelling the story and they're trying to keep it like continuity, but it's not necessarily a continuity thing. But what's it called? I don't know. I just think that their animated stuff is so much stronger than their live action stuff. Like that's my honest opinion. I like, anytime I put on a animated movie, it's like an hour and 10 minutes. And I'm like, dude, you gave me so much information and I still want more. Like, it makes me like so intrigued. Like my favorite series is what I talked about in my last podcast, was the Batman, what is it? Son of Batman, that series. That was like the New 52 series of those movies. And I think they did such a good job that they should have just kept going, but they didn't. They had to reboot it, and that's what kind of made me mad about DC. I was like, dude, you were doing so good. I don't know. I haven't watched the new stuff, and I know that they do different worlds. Like they did Batman with the Ninja Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm like, that's awesome. That's awesome. I haven't watched it. My friend keeps telling me to watch it. I gotta find time to watch that. But yeah, like I just think that their animated movies are so much better than anything else. Like I haven't watched Marvel animated movies. I haven't.
I mean, I watched some of them. I mean, when it came out, like they're okay. Like the Doctor Strange one was okay. It was pretty good. Like the Iron Man one was all right. I think the best one was they did like the Hulk World one. Where it was
Oh,
like
Planet Hulk. Yeah.
Hulk, yeah, that was probably the
Yeah.
best one of those Marvel animated movies.
But I haven't watched Marvel movies, but like I just know that DC just, I don't know. It's just, I feel like animate in an animated form they can explore so much more. You can fantasize about more things. Like you can be like, they can do it because it's a cartoon. They can do whatever. It's not Looney Tunes, okay? Like where they get all wacky and stuff like that. But yeah, like the animated shows, they were my favorite animated shows were DC all the way. I know Marvel had good. I know. I look. Hold up. Like I think this is where quantity over quantity over quality is different because like I'm gonna be honest, these are the two shows that I know from Marvel is the Spider-Man, the animated series one. What is it called? Was the Amazing Spider-Man or something like that?
Called Spider-Man Spider-Man the animated series.
And then the X-Men, Wolverine and the X-Men, or X-Men, how it was called.
The
Like
X-Men, because they came up with a few different ones. Like they had the first one was the original X-Men. the X-Men 90 series. After that, they came out with X-Men Evolution, which was I thought was really good, but it lasted for like 5 seasons or 4 seasons, and then got canned. And then then it came with another one that came out like a few years ago called Wolverine and X-Men.
Okay, see, I know about the Wolverine and the X-Men because it looked like updated graphics, but I did know of the X-Men. Like my sister would always watch that, and that was her show to watch. I have another
from the 90s.
Yeah,
that was groundbreaking at the time. It was so good. It was so good, man. So
yeah,
good.
and that's what it tells me. Like, okay, then you have the DC shows, animated shows, like the Batman, the animated series. That just again, they just had Batman as the front runner of their shows. Static Shock was actually one of my favorite shows as a kid. Growing into being a teenager. What other movie? What's it called? Oh, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was another like one of those good ones that are like I didn't watch the Superman animated series because I didn't really care. Like
nobody cared about that. Like I came on, I'm just like,
yeah,
I didn't care. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes. I'm like, this is boring.
Yeah,
like,
it was because it was like it for some reason it just didn't connect. Like the Justice League show, dude, I love that. Justice League Unlimited. It was like the season after the Unlimited opened up bigger. Teen Titans, love the Teen Titans. Young Justice, dude, I love Young Justice. Young Justice is awesome. All these shows, like I think that DC just dominated more. I think that they just dominated more on the shows, the animated movies, all the animated stuff. I think DC owned that for a long time, and then like we go into the live action stuff. And I know because we debated this in 2013, 14, 15.
yeah.
I remember we were at we met each other and I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" And then you were like Marvel all the way and I was like DC all the way. And it was a back and forth thing and I remember that. I was just like, "Dude, one day we have to go to war. We have to know what." That was just me. That was me. But I like I will give. I think DC had the better animated stuff. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know because I love the X-Men. The X-Men anime series to me. I mean, because I'm biased and that's what got me into comics. It made such a big impact on my life, and I watch it because now I'm on Disney Plus. I watched it like maybe last year. Like I just watched the whole series, like on Disney Plus, and it's still standing the test of time. It was still really good. I was like, wow. So yeah, to me, X-Men anime series is really good. I mean, Batman the animated series, that was good too. Like, but that show gave the birth of Harley Quinn. A lot of people don't know that, but that's when
that
Harley
is
Quinn
true.
was created.
That is true.
Was directly from that show.
Yep.
Yeah,
that is true.
That's true. So
yeah, I talked about that in my podcast too about how Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So, but I don't know. In my opinion, X-Men animated series will always be the best.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier was the quantity versus quality here. I think DC had more quantity of shows. Like they had good shows, but they didn't last. They only lasted like the only thing that lasted the longest was that Batman animated series. That's the one that lasted the longest. Everything else was like cut short because it didn't respond as well. Even Teen Titans was cut short, and then it became. I talked about this in my other podcast that I did not like. Maybe I haven't given Teen Titans Go a chance, but I couldn't. I was just like, you guys. You killed Teen Titans, and that was the strongest thing you had besides the Justice League. Like Young Justice is good. It's a little boring in some parts, but I think Justice League, that show was like my favorite show out of all the other ones because they did like crossovers with some like Batman Beyond with Static Shock, and that was pretty cool. I think those shows were a lot better, but yeah, like this is the big showdown. We know this is the live action stuff now. Like the live action stuff. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna say that again. I said this earlier. DC banked too much on Batman. They never explored anything, while Marvel kept trying. And it wasn't just one company. Now that they're organized, now that they're able to, and DC has had an advantage for so long, and they had this company for like Warner Brothers has had DC for so long, and they still couldn't like manage to beat Marvel at what they were already winning at. and I
I
think
mean,
Marvel just
they
took
were.
over.
I mean, DC did good with like the Batman trilogy.
Christopher Nolan
The
series, yeah.
Christopher Nolan series. They did good with that, but that's pretty much it. And then like they keep rebooting it. Like they keep like rebooting it and stuff like that. And just like there's no consistency where Marvel from the very beginning there's always been consistency. And they put good quality they
That's
did
not true.
quality movies.
That's not true though,
What do you mean?
because Marvel didn't have a consistency. Even their Incredible Hulk isn't really consistent to what they're doing now. They still have a lot of inconsistencies, but they do have a better.
Nah, I
They
mean,
do. They changed Don Cheadle. They changed it to Don
oh
Cheadle.
yeah.
Okay.
Some of the recasting,
Hold up.
like
No, okay,
Edward
no.
Norton.
But I'm saying like there's a lot of inconsistencies there too. They retcon a lot. WandaVision retcon a lot. Like there was other Marvel products that wasn't theirs, but now that they have their hands fully in it, they can fix all that. They can fix the timelines, they can fix everything, and they can do it through the multiverse, which is cool.
Yeah.
I give you that, but DC, yeah, they keep rebooting it, but I think DC has an opportunity here, and if they don't seize that opportunity, Marvel will always be the big dog. But I'm gonna tell you that I appreciate both because I still,
yeah.
yes, Marvel films. There's a bunch. There's like what 22 films, 23 films,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we're just talking about the MCU films. We're not talking about like the X-Men and like
no, exactly, exactly,
yeah.
and that's just the MC, and that's organized, right? But how many of those can you rewatch?
I'll rewatch all of them like last year.
Yeah, but that was because you wanted to follow the timeline. But how many can you rewatch on their own without having to be like? Because like to be honest, Captain America is the only good trilogy. I think Captain America is the only good trilogy out of all the Marvel movies.
No. First of all, the Avengers by itself, like the Avengers movies.
Hold up.
Really
hold
good.
up. But it doesn't like I think Captain America the trilogy can stand alone. That's what makes it great for me. Because Iron Man, I didn't like Iron Man 2. I thought that movie was so boring. Iron Man 3.
Yeah, Iron Man 2 was boring. Iron Man 3 sucked. I mean, but see, the good thing with Marvel is another thing.
They retcon a lot.
Oh, I was just saying, like, okay. No, but like, also another good thing with Marvel, they take like these lesser known characters and made them into like really good movies, like made into really good franchises, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes.
Before the movie came out, and then they made them to like just really big franchise now that everybody loves. Ant-Man. Nobody cares about Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man was probably the worst character in the Marvel universe.
No, but Captain Marvel was.
I mean, no. I'm talking about like I'm talking about the comics. In the comics, like nobody cared about Ant-Man. Like, but then they made a movie, and then they made it so good where you're like, oh my gosh. So I
give you that. I give you that because Marvel did cast like strong actors to be these iconic roles, and it's so hard if you think about trying to reboot these movies. You can't reboot these movies until like maybe 50 or 100 years in the future. Like there's no way.
Right?
There's no way
and
because
they casted they took like these unknown people and made them like into superstars. Like they casted Robert Downey Jr. Like his career was just like a all-time low. Like he was like just had drug issues and all that. But the Iron Man just made him like just remade his whole career, and now he's like an icon. They took someone who nobody really knows, like Chris Hemsworth, and made him to like a superstar. You know what I mean? And they took like Chris Evans, and back when he was like, everybody just knows him as Human Torch on Fantastic Four. They made him to like a big, right. Now they made him to like a big Captain America star. Now he's like a A+ actor. You know what I mean? That's sought out. So even like if you've been watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, the guy who plays what's his name?
Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo. Like he was just a side character, like a side villain in Civil War that nobody really even cared about. And then like they brought him back and put him on the show, and now he's like
he stole the show.
Dancing Zemo. I know.
Yeah.
Like doing the dance.
Release the Zemo cut, dude. That killed me.
Right, Zemo cut.
I'm like, that's kind of disrespectful, but I get it. I get what they were trying to do. I thought that was funny though. I love.
It was funny.
Daniel
like
Grohl or
this.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I seen people take that and just put different music to the background of him,
Like they have it
and
just on a loop for like an hour. Just
yeah,
it's,
it's too much, man.
it's too much. Yeah.
Marvel's funny for that, but yeah, like I think um I'm gonna say that the Justice League movie, the live action movie, I think this makes sense to me because again, like it's hard to compare the two because DC is a completely different universe for me. They are superheroes, but they weren't made from the same company. If it was the same company, it would make sense. Like X-Men versus Avengers, the Avenger movies are better than the X-Men movies. You can't lie.
Yeah.
You know,
They are. Like I'm a
and
big X-Men fan, but the Avengers movie by itself is like the best movies in any type of genre that I've ever seen. Like
like
it's so good.
I love again, I have the collection. I wouldn't buy the collect I wouldn't
Yeah.
waste money in buying the collection
Sure,
if I
sure.
did not love Marvel. Like I do love Marvel, and when I told you when I was younger, you know, Batman was my favorite character, so that's what made
Sure.
DC my bias. But Marvel just they were just on top of it. They had it. They've
They
been doing this
were.
this is 11 years now that they've been
Yeah.
doing this, and they're strong. DC keeps restarting. They
Yeah,
just don't know what
restart
they were doing.
stops. And then
I'm
like
gonna tell
even
you,
now, like you
I,
heard like
I
Warner Brothers.
yeah,
Like I was just saying, like somebody put out a meme the other day, or it was like the other week, where they're saying like the biggest villain or the greatest villain in the DC universe is Warner Brothers
that's
because
not a
like
lie.
that's just so true because they're like I mean these sort of thing where they're not even because like you know I watched the Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League and they kind of ended on a cliffhanger. And
Yeah.
then like Warner Brothers put out like, yeah, we're not continuing the you know the Snyderverse or whatever they want to call it. And it's just like, come on, man.
But look, okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, if DC don't capitalize on the multiverse before Marvel, once Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness hits, it's over for DC because they're gonna be like, DC, you took too long. You played around with fire. You didn't take advantage because they could jump the multiverse here. They had a chance with WandaVision. I really thought that they were gonna be the first one. They knocked on the door, but it was an April Fool's joke.
It's like false hope, man. It was just like, come on, like everybody's waiting for it. Everybody was just like, yes.
I know a lot of people.
Hype,
like people had like theories for Mephisto, for
yeah,
Nightmare.
Mephisto. Oh my god.
Yeah, like they had all these theories, and I wasn't mad at that. What I was mad at was the boner joke. I was just like,
oh yeah, like come on, just an actor. Like, oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
my name is Red Bone. I'm like, what?
I was like, couldn't there have been a way that you said that you took him from a different timeline? Because that was a theory that he was from the 80s, so it made sense that he showed up in the 80s timeline and that they extracted him from there.
And it's like the thing is like Marvel knows this was Quicksilver from the X-Men universe. It did it on purpose.
Yeah,
you know they took him and they're like, oh yeah, you know we're gonna take the Quicksilver from the X-Men universe and put him in the you know the MCU and you call him Wanda's brother, you know, Quicksilver. And then, you know, so they were setting us up, and then at the end they're like, oh yeah, he's just an actor, you know, Ralph Boner. I was just like, well, like that was like the biggest like slap in the face.
Like I like
what?
I like the Evans dude more. What's his name? God, what's his name? Is
something Evan Peters? No,
Evan Peters. Evan Peters. I love this dude. And I actually prefer his Quicksilver over Aaron Taylor Johnson, whatever that dude's name is. I
don't know, man. Like
you know what got me?
Like,
can I tell you what got me? The slow-mo. That just made I love that. The slow-mo got me. The slow-mo got me because they would always put a song.
Mean, you know,
they killed it.
Are you talking about the one? Which one? You're talking about the one? Are you talking about Evan Peters? Like you're talking about you're talking about the one from Age of Ultron, right?
No.
Or you're talking about the X-Men universe?
The X-Men universe.
Okay, yeah, the X-Men. Okay, yeah. The X-Men universe.
Yeah.
There you go.
Because Aaron Taylor Johnson. I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Aaron something Johnson something. I don't remember his name, but he's kick-ass from kick-ass movies. That dude. He could go away. Evan Peters. I thought that would have been an awesome retcon. I wouldn't have mind. I was disappointed.
Awesome.
I was like, every other theory. that was the only thing I was mad at.
Yeah, because like when he showed up at Wanda's doorstep and they showed it was him, it was just like the whole internet or the whole world gone crazy because they're just like, oh my god, it. This is it. And then like the whole joke with
Oh my
that just
god, that killed.
it just
I
hates
think
me. Yeah.
I I think what you call it, like even like DC's like live action shows were pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
but
Oh, you talking about
uh,
the CW verse?
yeah, their stuff was good, and then they just I'm like, you had it, like you had it. Even Gotham was good. Gotham was good until the
Yeah,
last season.
Gotham was good. I love Gotham.
Yeah,
You know, like I was actually talking to a buddy the other week about this. Like, you know, Flash. I used to love Flash,
yeah,
but like I haven't watched this new season yet because it's just like, and same thing. I saw the same thing with Arrow. Like, you know, the first few seasons was really good,
yeah,
but then I guess they got bored or they don't know what else to write about. But like Arrow, like season 4 to season 4 on, it sucked. It got
yeah.
stale. It got so boring. Like I could not watch it. Like I tried to watch it. I'm just like, this is like the most boring thing ever. And then like the Flash last season was the worst season of the Flash I've ever seen in my life. Like whole thing with the mirror universe, with the Iris in the mirror. Like it was just like, what is this? Like it was
I
so
know, like
bad.
again, like I know they're trying to redo it again with the whole Superman and Lois show, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't even want to watch that. I really don't. I know
No, I
I've seen,
don't.
like a lot of my friends are like, go watch it, dude. It's really good, and I'm just like, I don't know, because CW always starts off good. Even the
Yeah,
Powerpuff Girls,
then
they're gonna ruin that. Now, I'm just
oh
like,
yeah.
get out of
You see
here.
the screen captures of them? Like I'm like, what
Yeah.
is this?
I'm like, oh my god, like I don't want to see this. I don't want to see that. But anyways, like they might do good for like the first 2 seasons. Like Supergirl was
I know.
kind of, it was all right. It was all right. I mostly watched it because of Melissa Benoist. I loved her
Uh-huh.
character.
Sure.
Thought she did really good. Like even what's his name? Dang. What's the her love interest? Um
I don't know. I don't watch Supergirl. I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the name. It was they switched it up a lot completely because it was one of those characters that
Oh
was famous
no.
with Superman and everything. He was a friend of Superman. I can't remember. See how much it is. See how much. You see what I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
here? Like I'm losing my mind here. But yeah, so like I think DC shows were better to a certain degree, and then it just got progressively worse. And Marvel, I'm gonna give you this. Marvel's the Netflix series with Daredevil, that was one of my favorite series ever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah,
ever. Live action.
Daredevil was
Like
really good.
those
Yeah,
three
Daredevil was
seasons,
really
those 3 seasons can go against Arrow's
mm-hmm.
whole
Oh
package.
yeah, yeah.
The whole
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
the seasons put together, those 3 seasons of Daredevil kill Arrow. And like Arrow had,
Yeah.
again, DC starts off so good, and then they just like, here you go, we don't
Yeah, I
want
don't
it.
know. Yeah, we don't want it. It gets
Yeah,
boring.
like
Like
I don't know, like I think DC's stuff needs to like simmer down a little bit. Like they're doing lesser characters, kind of like, you know, what Marvel did with the some of their lesser known characters, like Falcon, Winter Soldier. You know, they did the Doom
mm-hmm.
Patrol, which I appreciated. The Titan show, it is good, but it's really boring because there's a lot of filler episodes. So it kind of
Sure.
like it slows. I don't know. It's like they slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. It's kind of like
Yeah.
inconsistent, and
Because that's the thing I love about like these short
miniseries and
like a
stuff.
Disney Plus series that have been coming
Yeah,
out, like WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldiers. Like, there's no filler episodes. Like
yeah,
every in the production value, it's like I was talking to my buddy. I was like watching Falcon and watching Winter Soldier. It's like watching a movie. Like the
yeah.
production value is so good. It's like this,
That's Disney
so
for you, man.
yeah, that's
Wait, wait,
Disney. Yeah, that Disney money.
wait for Disney to buy DC from AT&T,
DC.
because AT&T owns DC right now. I know it's a parent.
I'm
AT&T
not
is a
Warner
parent.
Brothers. What?
No, AT&T is a parent company to Warner Brothers, and then Warner Brothers has Warner Media, and then
Oh,
Warner Media. You know, it's Warner Brothers
yeah,
owns DC
sure.
characters. But wait till Warner Brothers can't do it anymore. They're gonna sell everything to Disney, and Disney's gonna they're gonna finally do the
Yeah,
crossover we've been waiting for.
Monopoly.
We're gonna
They'd
see
be
it.
like, yeah, we gonna buy
We're finally gonna see Dark Claw. We're gonna see Batman and Wolverine put together. We're gonna see it.
it. Right,
Yeah.
Dark Claw. Wow. Yeah.
But this is why I'm like saying, like, you know, DC dominates in some spots, Marvel dominates in other spots. If you think about it, in the time we live now, Marvel is winning in where it matters,
Oh
the
yeah, oh
box
yeah.
office. They're definitely winning. They are better to a certain degree. Some of their
No, I mean
characters
they.
are not fully
This is
developed,
like
but
no, but like Marvel. This right now is like the it's like the golden age of like like Marvel like comics movies pretty much. Like
yeah,
you remember like as a kid growing up, if you see reading comics or like into like comics like X Marvel or DC, you were looked at as a nerd and nobody really cared. Nobody cared about you. You were just like some nerd or whatever. But like nowadays, like the movies have been so big and so popular where like now it's so cool like to be into that stuff like me being a cosplayer is like everybody look
yeah,
at me as oh you're so cool because you cosplay these characters and
yeah.
everybody's just so into it.
Dude,
So
I'm gonna give you a shout out at the end,
right now
but dude, I love your cosplays, dude. I do. I love them.
oh
I was
man,
like,
thank you.
you make me want to do it too. Like I really want to do it. I gotta do it with you one day. I gotta go with you to like a Comic Con thing. Like I don't
Oh
know.
no
I gotta
doubt, no
go to a
doubt,
con
no
with you.
doubt.
I would love to do it.
Sure.
You gotta help me
Yeah, it's fun, it's fun.
build one. I want to build a suit. I wanna build
Sure.
my Darth Bat suit. That's what I want to do.
My Darth Bat suit. So it's like
Yeah,
a
it's
bat
gonna
suit or like what?
yeah, it's gonna be like I want to do the Vader mask down here, and then do like the, you know, the bat cow with the ears, the bat ears and everything. I want to
Oh,
do that. I would love to do that.
so it's like a Batman
Like
Darth Vader mashup.
kind of, yeah, yeah. But I kind of like
Cool, cool.
Darth Malgus version of his little mask,
Mhm.
his little breather. I think his version is cooler than
The thing
Vader's.
about wearing masks is like it looks cool and it's hard to breathe in it and it's hot. It
Probably.
gets hot fast.
And
It
I
gets hot.
sweat
It gets
quick.
hot. I
You
know,
made me
me too.
sweat here.
Like, yo, I know, like I sweat so fast. Like, so when I put on makeup, like face paint and stuff like that, I start sweating. I'm just like, yeah, okay, we gotta do this quick because this paint is gonna come off so fast because of my sweat. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But,
It still seems like a fun thing to do. I would love to do
oh
it one
yeah,
day.
it's very fun. It's very fun. Very fun.
But yeah. So again, I think that, like you said earlier in the beginning, I think it's big enough for the two universes. I think we don't have to. I don't think it has to get toxic. We do get competitive,
Yeah.
of course. Of
Yeah, a
course,
lot
we're
of
gonna
people
get
get
competitive.
competitive, and a lot of people want you like to pick and choose. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you like DC and don't like Marvel, and then like, no,
Yeah.
like you can like both.
Yeah.
But people always want you to like one and don't like the other. Just because you like Marvel, that means you don't like DC, or just because you like DC doesn't mean like you doesn't like Marvel. And that's
And
toxic right there to think that.
that exactly. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah,
I love both characters again. Like I mean, both franchises, both
both
companies.
franchises.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they have a room. And like I saw this video of Stan Lee, the great Stan Lee, right?
Mm-hmm.
That said, I keep getting this question asked about who to win in a fight with this character, this character, this character, and this character. He goes, "You want to know the answer? I have the answer." He goes, "The answer is the author decides." So if you want to
Yeah.
create your own universe of DC versus Marvel, he didn't say that Marvel part, but he did say like you
Yeah.
get to create. If you do it, you have the ability to make this person stronger than this person on this given day because of
Sure.
this reason.
Sure.
And that's why, like, I think as DC and Marvel fans right here, like I am a DC fan. I am a strong DC fan. I'm not the biggest fan, but I am a strong DC fan.
Yeah.
A Marvel
Sure.
fan. You're a big Marvel fan. I believe it. I know
Mhm.
it. You said it here, but I still think that
Yeah.
we can coexist. I think if we wanted to, we could make this like like this is a real thing. Like this, we can be united. We don't have to be against each other. At the end of the day, the comics are an expression of ourselves. Like they're entertainment. Out of
Sure.
everything, they're more entertainment. It's just not you have to live by these rules or you're not accepted into society. Like Joker said, we live in a
And
society.
also like yeah, and also like kind of piggybacking what you say, like how you said Stan Lee said like whoever wins, the author decides. Because all this is not really like set in stone. We as a fan, we decide who's going to win because in our minds, oh yeah, I could always say like, oh, Wolverine could beat Batman up, or you could say Batman could destroy Wolverine, but like. But we decide because they didn't really fight, so there's no really outcome. So it's all like just all theories and all like opinion. So I could say Wolverine's gonna win. You could say Batman's gonna win, and that's who's gonna win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
So
why, like, I think we can both. I think can they both exist? Yes. I do. Can they both be good?
yeah,
Yes. In
of
their
course.
own way. Can they both dismantle each other? Yes, of course. But that's where it gets toxic. That when you start trying to one up somebody just because of this, you have
Yeah.
to be honest. You have to be real honest with everybody. Like, who's winning right now? If you talk about money, Marvel's winning. Like, no doubt about it. Like, Marvel, it does have stronger characters, like I think the X-Men can I do really think that the X-Men can take on the Justice League. Just them, not even the
Oh
Avengers.
yeah. Oh yeah.
The Avengers don't even have to join. And I think that's already a fight that will be like up to like, you know, like it'll be like the biggest fight ever. Like it, but like I said, like earlier, like the Justice League is a cohesive unit. They're together, which Marvel has a bunch of like little things together and whatnot. They have a lot like little characters and stuff like that. They have to. I'm glad like Marvel has done so good. I'm glad with what they've done so far because again, like I said, like they casted these actors that made these roles so iconic that it's so hard to reboot it. Like you could say that about DC,
Yeah.
but it's not true. I think Robert Pattinson's Batman is gonna be the greatest Batman, and not because of Twilight. I know you love Twilight, Daryl, but it's it's not
you
because
know.
I'm just kidding. No, but I just think that Robert Pattinson has the acting chops to make it his own, and he's younger than all the other actors who played Batman, so he has a chance to mold it into something else. You know, like
Yeah,
I
that's
just that's
true.
my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. And it's like, yeah, DC they have to be consistent. Like, all these like, even all these actors, like they have like Ben Affleck, appear and because I thought Ben Affleck made a good Batman. I love
Yeah,
Ben Affleck as Batman, but then like that lasted for like a couple years, and then like he leaves, and then now it's Robert Pattinson, and then it's like the the greatest scene in all comic movies, the greatest scene this could be my opinion, but in my opinion, the greatest scene ever was in Endgame when all the heroes appeared. Like every single hero from like the Marvel universe, the MCU universe appeared to fight Thanos and his army, and it was like that whole battle scene was like the greatest scene where you see like characters from every movie from all appear in this one movie to fight Thanos, and it was powerful. Like I cried watching it. It was just like
yeah.
so
I got so pumped
yeah.
for it too. Even when the girls came out, I was like, "That's cool."
I was like,
Captain, I was like, Captain Marvel
yeah,
needs to.
right.
I was like, Captain Marvel needs to sit down, but let Wanda
No,
lead
but no,
them.
she Captain Marvel didn't come back to join until later. It
Yeah,
wasn't until
but
like they're
she
fighting,
she
and then yeah.
yeah, but you saw when she tried to join in the end. I was just like, she needs to go sit
Oh
down. Like
yeah, yeah, with the little
I,
female group, yeah, that was
I
kind of weird. I was
prefer
just like,
I prefer Pepper Potts as rescue, over
sure,
seeing
sure,
her
yeah,
like as her lead
yeah,
or
yeah,
even Wanda. Dude, this would have been a great opportunity to have Storm join, but I guess, I want to see Storm. I'm not lying. I want to see
right,
Storm. I wanted to see her with T'Challa because they were married at one point.
yeah.
So I wonder. I hope Black Panther 2 comes out and they do a good job. I know that they
Yeah,
started a
but like Black
petition.
Panther comes up too. But like I mean, they said that they won't recast Black Panther, so it's
Yeah,
just
but
like
they just
sucks
started.
because like
They, they
to
started a
start a
petition
petition.
for that. Yeah,
Oh,
for
they
them.
did. Wow.
They said to recast Chadwick Boseman's character because it's
Yeah,
only right. It's to honor him. It's not to be disrespectful.
yeah, to honor
I
him and like the character of T'Challa, he has a lot. He has so much talent,
Yeah.
and then because I mean he's a good actor, Chadwick Boseman, but
Yeah.
it's like the chat T'Challa cannot die with them. He has to
Yeah.
continue on and tell more the story. You know what I mean?
I think they
So
can
yeah.
retcon it. Can I tell you that I want what you call it, Michael B. Jordan to be T'Challa? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm like in my mind they could do a different timeline where what you call it, T'Challa got switched, the babies got switched, and he took
Mhm.
T'Chaka, sorry, took T'Challa and he took the wrong kid, and made Killmonger, T'Challa. If you know what I mean? I think
Yeah, sure.
if they do a switch up like that, I wouldn't mind that. That's my wishful thinking. But
Yeah, right.
I'm sure Marvel, they're way more creative. Of course, they're more creative. That's why they have the big bucks. But
Yeah,
yeah, like
sure.
that's why I say overall they're here. It's all here to entertain us. I think DC versus
Uh-huh.
Marvel. This is gonna be something that's gonna it's gonna be forever. Forever, we're always gonna
Oh
debate.
yeah, as long as they exist, like there's always people always gonna be like, always gonna say which one is better, DC or Marvel. Like
Yeah,
it existed since we were kids and it existed now and now. So it's as long as the two entities are still up and they were always people always want to see them like battle each other and see who wins. So
yeah. So like we could end this here. This is where we end this. I think we gave enough debate. I think we gave enough argument of
yeah.
why we love each side, and I think we can coexist. Me and you are friends.
Sure,
So
sure.
like I don't think this has to be a war, even though we want it to be a
Okay,
war.
like, but just okay. Let's say on this though. Okay, so if you have to pick one character, like just one character from DC, and to go up against one character from Marvel, I would pick. Who would you pick?
I would pick Batman. I'm sorry. Like I just think,
Batman.
yeah, I just think like it's not. I think he just outsmart everybody. I think he's the I even though Superman is the strongest, the most powerful, I still think that Batman can outwit him. That's my opinion.
Okay,
That's a
I'll
Batman
pick.
bias.
You know what? I'm gonna pick Captain America against Batman
Oh
because
snap!
Captain America, like he's a super soldier, but like you seen in especially you seen it in the movies, like Captain America, he doesn't give up, he doesn't quit, no matter how like defeated he was. Like at the end of Endgame, he was just like he was pretty much dead against Thanos. He still stood up, tightened his shield,
Yeah,
and that's when everybody else appeared. But like that will of like that I would not lose mentality. I think that could be anybody. It'd probably be Batman. So I'll put Captain America against your
I I
Batman.
I, I would have thought you would have done like Spider Man because
Yeah, that
uh
was, but like I just
because
when you talking, I was like, you know what, Captain
man,
America would be really,
yeah.
that'd be really good, a really good battle actually.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think his willingness to keep going. I could do this all day. You know,
Yeah, I could do this all day.
I think he would try even to his last breath. When you said like you were talking about that like that willpower that he had like to keep going. You know what I thought about
Uh-huh.
was Spider Man. Sorry, Spider Man and the first one, the Homecoming. The first one that they just from Marvel's
Yeah.
reboot of that. There was a scene where I think it was the school that collapsed on top of him, of Peter, and he was like
Yeah.
trying to get up, and he was like, I need help." And dude, it made me so emotional to see him that helpless and that he powered through it. He finally got up out of the rubble, and he was screaming like he needed help. It kind of reminded me of like Infinity War where he disappeared. It tugged on my heart, and I was like, dude, how
Yeah,
did you
it
do that?
did. It
I was
did.
like, why would y'all do that, Marvel? Like
Yeah.
that did get me. I still think that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man are better than these. I
Ah,
look
that's
look
opinion. You know what I mean?
production quality. I would say the new ones with Tom Holland are better. Story wise, I think Spider-Man 1 and 2 are definitely better. I don't care. Like I still think that Spider-Man 2 is like the best Spider-Man movie. I even try to
Yeah,
get
Spider-Man 2 was really good. Yeah.
I wanted Amazing Spider-Man to be good, but it wasn't because I even went back to watching. I was like, this is not as good as I remembered. I really thought this one knocked
Yeah.
it out of the park. And then the second one it was depressing, and that's not what I want to see Spider-Man be, like depressing and all that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Andrew. Like I love Andrew Garfield as an actor. I love him as Peter Parker. I didn't love him in Amazing Spider-Man. I didn't like Peter.
Uh-huh.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, they
Like
could have
I
been
feel like
better. Like those
yeah.
movies could have been a lot better.
Yeah, But like I will still say like Tobey Maguire's older now, so yes, of course you got to let that go. Tom Holland is a great actor. He's really good. I like him. I like what he's doing. I just think the storyline
He's very
should be
believable as Spider-Man. Like
I think it should be a little tighter. Like it shouldn't be, oh, I have to be with this person. Like I don't hate Tony Stark. I love Iron Man. If it was, when they did the whole Iron Man versus Captain America, I went for Iron Man. I was team Iron Man.
sure.
But I don't I think that they took away from Spider-Man becoming who he was. I know they did it in Far From Home where they made him look more like, oh, I can make this stuff on my own, but I didn't see that him do it. Like I really did want an origin story for Spider-Man of that, like, oh, how to make all this, how to make I know that they did the retelling of the story of Uncle Ben over and over again, that they didn't want to really touch it. I'm sure they're gonna touch it in the third one. I'm sure they're gonna figure out a way to like touch it, like touch the Uncle Ben
like
story.
in the Tom Holland one, did Uncle Ben already died and stuff? They already acknowledged that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That they did. I'm pretty sure in the third one they're gonna touch it like a little bit on that. I think they should, because I don't know. Like you said, the Uncle Ben character just made it. It just gave him that extra little touch. Even the Amazing Spider-Man, the way he died, even though he didn't say the great responsibility, he said something along those lines about with great power comes great responsibilities. He was like, you have to do, if you're able to make something happen. I know they try to make that iconic, but nobody's gonna take away the Tobey Maguire Uncle Ben. But here's to hoping. What is your theory about that? Yeah. What is your theory? What's your theory about the Spider-Man 3? You really think that they're gonna be the other Spider-Man?
Yeah.
You do? Like I don't.
Yeah,
I feel.
I didn't think so, but then like I saw like all these set photos of like Tobey Maguire and like
those are fake. Those are fake though.
That's what people are saying. People are saying those are fake, but I don't know, man.
Like I think
with Jamie Foxx being signed to like Jamie Foxx being signed and Alfred the guy who played Dr. Octopus, he's recasted as Dr. Octopus. So
yeah, Alfred Molina. I love that dude. He's a good actor. I don't know. I feel like we're doing the same thing we did with WandaVision. We're having too many theories. I don't want to. I'd rather be surprised. I really like. I would hope.
That was like the one thing that. Oh my god! So I'm part of this nerd group online, and like after every episode, we would like just come together and we would like have all these theories about Mephisto and all these theories about Quicksilver and all this, and it kind of because so now we're expecting we're like, oh my god, who's the next meet to show up, and that kind of messes up the whole, because that's like the whole thing about like the last episode for me for WandaVision, which is just like I was sitting there because they're saying, oh, a surprise cameo the size of Luke Skywalker and Mandalorian's gonna show up. So
okay, hold up. That interview was switched because the thing is, none of them said that. They asked that question, and Elizabeth Olsen said, "Yeah, I would say so." She didn't say, "Yeah, it's a Luke Skywalker." Somebody just said that. They're like, "Is it? Do you think it's gonna be a?" Yeah, they said, "Is it gonna be a Luke Skywalker?" She was like, "Yeah, I would say so." That's what she said. She didn't say like, "Oh yeah, there's a Luke Skywalker scene." I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because that was all Paul Bettany. Vision, is his fault. He hyped it up too much. He made you believe it, and I think we all believed it.
Because so we're sitting there waiting for this giant size this cameo. Like me personally, I thought it was gonna be Magneto. Magneto's gonna show up because that's her dad. But then it was just like, so you're sitting there waiting, and they kind of mess it up because you're sitting there waiting.
I would have loved for Magneto, dude. Magneto would have been an awesome one.
Yeah. And then there's like the theory about like the Monica. She had like the aerodynamic friend engineer. And everybody thought, oh, that's Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, it was some lady. We're like, what in the world?
Yeah, my friends were saying that too. They're like, who do you think it is? And like, because I started banking on the theory that it was Beast. I was just like, oh, it might be Hank Pym, not Pym. What's his name? Hank McCoy. Yeah, I was like, dude, I hope it's him because it would be cool. I was like, I would love him. Like the Reed Richards, I felt like that was a stretch. no pun intended. That's funny. I didn't even try to do that.
That is
But
got it. Yeah, that's a stretch.
um it was a stretch because what's called it, Feige just said that they're in development. There's no way they casted that fast. There's no way. Like then again,
Yeah,
Feige likes to throw curveballs and stuff. So this
because
is man, I
uh,
don't know.
the guy who the guy who played in everybody thought it was gonna be the guy who played in what's that one movie uh that one movie he played in what's that one movie with the where they couldn't speak
Oh, Quiet Place.
yeah, Quiet Place. There, the guy who started that.
Quiet Place. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I love
Everybody
John
thought,
Krasinski.
yeah,
John Krasinski, Emily
yeah,
Blunt, dude.
yeah,
I love them. They're great
yeah. They
actors,
thought
man.
it was
Oh
gonna be,
my god.
everybody thought it was gonna be them cast as Fantastic Four, Reed and Sue Richards. Everybody's like, oh yeah, and then oh, no, it's just rumors, just
Who knows,
rumors.
man? Well, the thing is, Emily Blunt came out and said, "Yeah, like I would love to do it, but I don't want my kids to grow up without without their parents because one of us has to be here." So, and then when those rumors of Jennifer Lawrence being cast as Sue Storm, I was just like, "Nope, I don't want that.
Oh
Nope,
gosh, yeah, yeah.
I
Nobody
don't.
wants that. Like, I'm just
I
like,
don't want
no.
I don't want Mystique being no. I like by the end of it, I hated Mystique. Like I wanted to root for
Yeah, but
Mystique.
like because like the X Men, the X Men movies, like they just made Mystique like this big character that she never was in the comics. So they try
Yeah.
to, she felt too forced, like force her down our throats, you know.
Yeah.
So
It,
a lot
it
of
kind
people,
of felt like the Captain Marvel thing.
yeah, right. The Captain Marvel thing, just like we don't want her, but people they just keep forcing her. So you know,
But I'm gonna end this right here. Thank you, Daryl. You're the man. Can you give us tell us your details? If you got TikTok, you got Snapchat. I don't know if he does Snapchat. If you got Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, say it, Daryl. Tell them where they can find you at. Go ahead.
yeah, you can follow me on IG, DARACE1 Darcel. On Snapchat. Yeah, well, Snapchat. I don't really use Snapchat anymore, but I use it a lot. But TikTok, you know what I mean? Just I post a lot. I'm a cosplayer, so I post a lot of my cosplays on there. Like today, I
They're
just posted a
awesome.
yeah, I just posted a Thanos cosplay today, so yeah, go check it out. And yeah, and like I like on my IG, I just post a lot of my all stuff from my life, so it's like gonna be a lot of nerdy stuff, like a lot of cosplays, but then I always talk about like MCU movies, shows, and movies and stuff like that. It's just sometimes I talk about Congress of Godzilla and stuff like that. So you know, so yeah.
Yeah. So check my boy out. This dude's awesome. I love this dude. He's so funny. If you see his Instagram, TikTok, he's hilarious, man. Like if you don't if you don't know who he is now, you know, and you got to follow him. He's
Yeah, right.
hilarious. So hopefully we could do another one of these. It's not gonna be Marvel versus DC.
Okay.
I think we just settled this. I think we just settled
Yeah.
it. I was like, I think we can coexist. I think we all have our opinions, and that's the thing. That's the good thing about life. Like if you want to start a podcast about anything, you can. So I do want to do a wrestling one with you. Heck yeah. Like I want
Oh,
to
yeah.
do a wrestling one. I would love to because we're technically 90s kids, right?
Uh,
So
we grew up in like the Attitude Era, the best era
there
of
you go.
wrestling.
The best era
It's
of wrestling.
the best. It's like the golden age of wrestling.
It's true. And now we're in the golden age of comic book movies. So
Oh yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
yeah. So thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next time. Daryl will be back. I hope you guys love it. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have your own opinions, y'all can drop them off in the comments. I'm not gonna fight you guys. If y'all want to debate, y'all could just text me. I can text you all day and we could debate about it all day. I don't mind. But until next time, y'all already know how this works. We'll be back at it again. You'll see me next time. And always remember, everybody, that's life. Bye-bye. What do I always say? What is my catchphrase? I forgot my catchphrase. I'm gonna cut that part out because I don't remember my catchphrase. I'm trying to remember my catchphrase.
The bottom line.
Oh no, that's not my catchphrase. Let me fix my face. Let me fix my face because my face feels a little